That's not very clear. Why can't I see my screen? No, that's not it. Well, if y'all can see the stream anyway, let's just move forward. I guess y'all can leave. We're live. Well, it's good, guys. Well, nobody's tuning in just yet, but actually I should tweet this. Let me prepare. I should get the link to my own stream, to be honest. Tough day at the gym today. Tough day at the gym. My back's aching. Yeah, I can tell my browse history is off, but well, because probably. What am I doing? Home. No. View my channel. Here we go. Here's my live link. All right. No. As you can tell by the title of the stream, today we're going to mostly talk about the mega merger that happened, well, that Elon Musk made happen between his two of his big companies. I'm pretty sure there's also Tesla rumored to be in to some degree. We're going to fact check to what degree Tesla is in, and it's a huge. I think it has huge implications, both because, well, from a lot of point of views, right? It's a big strategic move. Obviously, he gets to officially share two of his major assets, well, at least the AI part of it from xAI, for his company SpaceX and space exploration, all that technology that's built in, but also from a financial point of view, from a market share point of view, he is essentially letting the market know, and by the market I mean competitors such as OpenAI and Anthropic. He is essentially telling them, hey guys, I'm coming for that retail money before you guys. Obviously, there's been a lot of rumors of of OpenAI, and there's been a lot of rumors about OpenAI and Anthropic willing to go public. There's a lot of news talking about where Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA, has been rumored to be offered, I think, to invest at a crazy valuation in OpenAI, but I think he dismissed that rumor the other day. It was not a rumor. He got offered that, but he turned it down politely. So anyway, Elon Musk had already in plan to take SpaceX public. I think it was at a 50 billion valuations. Maybe we should fact check that. How much? Obviously, I'm using Grok here. I've been using Grok lately honestly, for sentiment, given the fact that it's parent company of X.com, whereas a lot of the discourse happens nowadays, political, financial, not just that, even just culture, modern daily culture. Other than TikTok, X still has a pretty good grip. So that's 1.5 trillion. No. So yeah, this is what I wanted to say. They wanted to raise up to 50 billion, and that was going to be the biggest IPO to date, for a total valuation of 1.5 trillion. Now, it is interesting that actually it already tells me here, after the xAI merger, which has been announced, and by the way, I have friends who work at X, and they already have had their shares converted. I think they made a quick 50% overnight, just off of this. So that's a pretty good bonus for them. Happy for them. It must have been exciting working for Elon Musk in the last 3-4 years. I don't know how many companies they changed in terms of how many times they got acquired or merged. Probably like 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. First, it was public, then they went private. Well, they got acquired, then they went private, then mergers. So it's been a lot. But I'm sure from what I hear, they're thrilled really to work for Elon. It's like something that they enjoy. I think their scammer should be a little bit higher. So my hands are otherwise flying all the time. But what we were talking about was xAI and SpaceX merger. So that combined entity was reported to be planning an IPO at 1.25 trillion. But now, it's more like, which valuation are we talking about? Now, is it going to be with SpaceX and xAI, is going to be bigger or smaller? So I think what they're talking about is that the numbers are kind of similar, which actually it's kind of new for me. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. However, this merger and the fact that SpaceX was going to go public anyway, and now they're merged with xAI, that essentially means that xAI is going public before Anthropic and OpenAI, raising a lot of cash from retail markets, raising a lot of retail money, since it's going to be a public company, before these other 2 giants who are rumored, at least OpenAI is rumored to be burning a lot of cash, they're going through a lot of cash just to keep their servers running and operations. So it's a pretty big step that he's making, like a strategic step, in my opinion, which will possibly solidify Grok as potentially the number one agent in the future. It is now when it comes to image to video generation. They just released Grok Imagine 1.0, and it's absolutely incredible. We're gonna test it actually, so get ready for that. It's gonna be exciting. So I think before doing that, I wanted to go over the last biggest topic. So let's ask Grok, what are the top 10 AI trends of the last 24 hours? So obviously, yeah, SpaceX acquires xAI in a blockbuster merger. This is what I was talking about. They will actually, you know what? Let's expand on this. So that we get a little bit more of a context as well. In the last 24 hours, but really, I think it's going to be the biggest news in the next, probably up to quarter. So after he made a statement, the most ambitious vertically integrated innovation engine on Earth. This is what he wants to make with AI, rockets, space-based internet, direct-to-mobile device communication, and world's foremost real-time information and free speech platform. That's crazy. It really is. It really is a very ambitious plan, but if anyone can pull it off, honestly, it really, I feel like it's him. Valuation, we talked about it, 1.25 trillion. It was obviously oh wow, I didn't know that. Largest M&A deal in the history. Surpassing Vodafone Man's Man, which happened in 2000. I did not know that. 203 billion. Share exchange mechanics, yeah, so the shares will receive the new shares of xAI. The merger follows prior consolidation. xAI had already acquired X, which, okay, that was so this is probably like the third change for X, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter employees. All stock deal in early 2025. Tesla invested $2 billion, yeah. So the primary rationale, Musk emphasized, is solving AI's massive infrastructure bottlenecks on Earth, energy, cooling, long land constraints, regulatory hurdles for giant data centers. So this is insane. By merging, SpaceX gains full control over xAI's compute needs, while xAI gets access to SpaceX's launch cadence, satellite expertise, and orbital ambitions. So his big bet is that all these data centers are going to be on Mars, and they're going to be powered, how? By solar. Solar would be my guess. 1 million satellites, future expansion. Near limit, yeah, there you go. Near limitless solar power in space. So Elon Musk's big bet is that orbital and space-based data centers Musk's big bet is that orbital space-based data centers powered by massive satellites constellations, potentially up to 1 million satellites in future expansions beyond the current Starlink fleet of 9,000 plus. Benefits could include near limitless solar power in space, vast cooling from the vacuum and cool orbit, extremely low latency, global distribution via Starlink, potential for interplanetary scale compute. Like that, he's talking some crazy stuff right now that we're not ready. We're not ready for this. In the sense that we just haven't thought about it, but geniuses think about these things. Not before, well, obviously before most people, but they make it happen before we even start thinking about it. At least I'm normie, I'm a normal person. I'm talking about me here, but they really go further what the general public's imagination would go. And they go with facts and they go with actions. It's pretty crazy. So, pre-merger, yeah, we're talking about these things. So yeah, it's not just consolidation. Elon Musk is betting that the future of AI compute lives in orbit, with SpaceX providing the literal launch pad. If it works, it could redefine both industries. Absolutely crazy. He's totally right, though. You know, there's a lot of discussions about how AI compute is absolutely costly. I have examples of friends of mine who are running, you know, Claude bot. Well, now it's Molt bot. They're running Claude Cowork, Claude Code, and all this compute is costing them, you know, for someone who's deploying applications, maybe someone who deployed 30 applications, one application a day in a month, so 30 applications roughly, it's going to cost them like almost they have like $2,000 to $3,000 bills on a daily basis just for AI compute. So it's just because, you know, we subscribe to ChatGPT Pro plan, spending maybe $20 a month. So you don't really get these numbers in your head. It's hard to realize. It's hard to understand that these are actual, you know, numbers that people are spending on it. But just because we're not using it to the fullest of its capabilities, we don't imagine that. But anyway, that's pretty crazy. So yeah, essentially, Elon Musk is positioning himself and xAI and Grok, obviously, as the go-to agent, and not just from the, you know, video point of view that we're going to explore soon, but from, you know, the compute side of things, which is what I would call it sustainability. So he's just thinking long term, how we're going to power all these machines to get all this compute. Insane. Pretty cool. All right, I think now we're going to look into Grok Imagine 1.0, which is the image to video generation that I was talking about earlier. So it's said to be far better than Sora and any other model out there. So we're going to test it. So let's do this together. Type to imagine. What are we going to imagine? So honestly, I would exactly imagine what we just read. So let's imagine a bunch. Actually, let's do this. I am thinking about the mega merger that will happen between SpaceX, xAI, and maybe because I'm not sure, maybe Tesla. How do you think that would look like? Would it be, we can say like, so solar powered AI compute, space shuttles, humanoid robots. I have no idea, but I'm just curious to see what they come up with, because right now it's pretty, we're in no man's land. We really don't know what's gonna look like, but here we go. So we got some example here. We got some examples. Okay, we're almost there. I think we need to be on Mars for this. I guess this is the space station where all the rockets gonna launch from. I like particularly, these humanoids are too big. I think they should, God, this is pretty cool. That's not bad. Anyway, let's get, so, no, what I wanted to see was the video generation. So we had to click here, I guess. So now it's gonna create a video. It's a bit slow, I guess, you know, said compute is actually a lot of work. So servers are working. In the meantime, I guess while we wait, we can go play around on Twitter a little bit, because there's a lot. People are talking a lot on Twitter. There's always a good, in my opinion, it's a very good source of information. It's uncensored, at least in the US. You know, you're hearing a lot about Spanish and French government. French government raided X headquarters in France today, by the way. So we're reading a lot about how they want to hold the proprietors of these social networks accountable for what is being said on their platforms. So, you know, hate speech and all that kind of stuff, they want to hold, well, here it's Elon Musk, so they want to hold Elon Musk accountable, or I guess the executives as well, anyone who has executive power to make decisions to what goes and what does not go. But we all know that the whole point of X being bought, the whole point of Twitter being bought by Elon Musk and taken private is so that he could remove almost all sort of censorship. So he wanted to make an open, free speech platform, and so it has been. And so to tie it back to what I was saying, is like I really like the fact that they are sticking to it, and so it becomes, to me at least, a great place for information. I don't watch obviously TV anymore. To my discredit, I barely read newspapers anymore because I don't read a lot of articles. I guess articles is always still, you can find interesting articles still, but to get your daily news, I guess newspapers are a bit outdated, even online ones. I just go on Twitter, and you can find the truth pretty fast. So that being said, that's where I spend a lot of time, either for work, getting information, and you know, chatting with people, sharing opinions. Something that AI bots are doing nowadays as well, but that's another story. So let's see this. That was almost a song, the soundtrack from The Martian, right? It reminded me of the soundtrack from The Martian. Pretty cool. I mean, the quality is pretty good. The motion, I guess it doesn't even look like a human bot. The way it walks, it's, you know, my benchmark would be something from Star Wars. But this is a lot better. All the motion feels very, very human. That was pretty cool. So let's make this better. Let's improve the prompt. You will generate an image taken on Mars. There will be humanoid robots, Tesla, space shuttles, SpaceX. Can't type today. Can't type all the time, not just today. Space shuttles, human robots, space shuttles, and AI compute, and AI compute xAI. I'm almost curious to say, put Elon Musk in it too. Add Elon Musk in it too. Going back to X. Let's lose a lot of, let's spend some time on X. By the way, this is my channel, Wave Theory AI. If you want to follow me on X, I post threads, I share analysis, I share information that I learned from other peers in the industry, and that's also where you can find my live streams. I'm gonna post them there before I go live and all that stuff. So, Trigarch Wands, yeah, there you go. That's the shill, 51 minutes ago. I'm on it. I followed it without even knowing. I guess I want to find out. You know what I want to find out? Like, nobody's talking about Moltbook anymore. So what happened to that, you know? Things go so fast. Let's go. Oh, wow. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. That is a pretty cool one. That's a great job. Oh, by the way, these were out there. That was pretty cool. Let me, oh man, these are very cool. Now, I don't know which one to pick because these are pretty cool. This is pretty nice. With, you know, we got all the brands, all the logos. So I guess let's keep the one on Mars. So let's work on this one. I'd like to find one with all the logos of the brands on each of there goes Elon. There goes Elon. That's pretty cool. Let's see, maybe this, no. Pretty good job though. I'm just trying to find the one that has all of it in there. Should we just open one, see what they talk about? SpaceX, xAI. How many? That's too many. I can't do this. He forgot the solar panels though, did he? I guess there's gonna be another way. I mean, solar panels get all dusty. How are they gonna do that? Okay. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Oh, this is a pretty cool one. Here we go. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. This one's pretty nice. I like this. I think I'm gonna post this on X, on Grok. I'm confused, man. There's too many companies. Let's see the video. Show me the video, please, please, please. I'm excited for this. It does look like insanely good quality. I'll tell you that. Meanwhile, sorry, just a second, guys. Be back.
The fleet is ready. Initiate launch sequence. Affirmative. Launch sequence initiated. The fleet is ready. Initiate launch sequence. Affirmative. Launch sequence initiated.
Okay. Looks very, very cool. Let's see what we can do here. All right, so I like it. It's a bit dramatic, but hey, type to customize videos. Add some solar panels and a less cartoonish feel to it. Let's see what it does. Also remember Sim Cluster, guys. Last time I introduced Sim Cluster. Sorry, my back is really I can't speak English today. I'm tired. My back is hurting. However, I introduced Sim Cluster last time. Sim Cluster is this. Sim Cluster. We spoke about Sim Cluster because Moltbook was popping, right? Moltbook was popping. So I told you guys, what if there was a hybrid human and AI social media? And I introduced you to Sim Cluster, which I think is very fun to play and is rumored to have an airdrop as well in the future. So if you have some time to test it out, I think it's going to be worth it. Anyway, I essentially showed you guys that I have an account there, a Wave Theory account. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the strategy that you can use. Some of the strategies that I used, I have some other, my personal account as well. But my personal account, which currently is number 5 on the all-time leaderboard. I am Dr. Cloud on Sim Cluster. And obviously this is our official channel. So how I got to 175,000 cloud coins on the leaderboard is by following two to three strategies. Strategy number 1, don't be stingy with your likes. It doesn't cost you anything to like posts. So you don't spend cloud liking posts. And obviously, if you do like posts, you know, people will receive all these coins and there's a high chance that they will like you back. So number 1, post a lot. The moment you post a lot, you have a lot of posts that people can like. If you like people's posts, but you don't have any posts on your own profile, even if they want to vote you, they won't be able to. If they want to vote you, maybe they even want to tip you. You know, there's an option for tip too. But if you follow people, by the way, also that's important. If you don't have anything to post, these are, by the way, challenges you can earn cloud for. If you don't post, they cannot like your content, and therefore you cannot accumulate clout. So we're talking about, you know, how this feels pretty much like X. You know, you have a like button, you have a retweet, tip, comment, how much people have you reached with your post, and share. So like I was saying, go and like every single post. And honestly, at the beginning, now I have a little bit less time, but at the beginning, what I would do was straight up go to someone's profile. I would follow them. Most of the time people will follow you back, and just like every single post that they have. And then I would wake up the day after with my inbox just full of likes. Right now it's not, but I would wake up with 50, 60 likes from one person only. So don't be stingy with your likes. Like everyone's post. Do it often. That's a very good organic way to grow your account. And following and cloud tokens. So that's one thing. Second way to do this, you have these bounties. So these daily challenges. Essentially, they retired this one. It's no longer there. You have the classic referral one, right? You have a referral code. If you give it to your friends and they sign up, you own 200 cloud coins. If you keep referring people every day, it will increase up to 500 coins per day. But you have to keep referring people. So that one's very tough. Unless you have like a massive following or a huge community, it's likely not going to be your case. I don't even have that. I maybe referred 3 people. It's not very, very easy. Then you have the easiest one of them all, sign-up bonus. Every day you go into some cluster, you open the bounties, and you claim. Every 24 hours you claim. And this one is something that you can complete a streak on. Once you do it for 7 days straight, it will stay at 100. If you lose a day, it will reset to 40. But your goal is to keep going every day, and you can rack up 100, 100, 100. I have a 105-day streak on my main account. You can sign up for the Delta, which is a paid version, $10 a month, and it will give you a lot more clout rewards, a badge, access to new features earlier, Discord channel, so on and so on. And you can also spend more clout. So for example, when you want to create content, you have to spend a lot of clout. If you want to create concepts, you also have to spend clout. So, it's kind of like a modern economy. Spend money to make money, to generate money, cash flow. Then we got concept bounties. So concept bounties are as follows. People pay a bounty of up to how much money they want to be on this board. The most expensive bounty right now is 511 cloud coins to be the first concept on the bounty section. Why do people do this? Because for everyone who comes and do this challenge on a daily basis, they have to select 5 concepts and then post. You can either do one post with 5 concepts, or you can do 5 standalone concepts, or a post with one other one with 2, and another one with 3, however you want it. However, you got to use 5 concepts in a day, every 24 hours, from this list, from this bounties list. So if people put their ad here, it's kind of guaranteed that, it's not guaranteed, it's guaranteed that they'll have visibility. But obviously you don't have only these guys. You have also people who pay a lot less to be on that board. It's just not at the top. So for example, if you go on bounty here, you can put up a bounty for, you can spend 1 cloud coin per concept. So essentially it will cost you 5 coins, 5 clouds, let's call them clouds, 5 clouds per day to rack up, once you are on a streak, up to 400 cloud coins a day. So spend 5 to get 400, or, these concepts, they go up to 10. This is the max price that you can pay. So if you pay, $50, 50 clouds a day to get 400, it's a bit less. The ROI is less good. So what I do personally is, you could argue that the ones that are at the top, people pay a lot for it. So if people pay a lot for it, they probably have a lot of cloud coins, which probably means they have a lot of followers. They're a big account. So sometimes when they use your stuff, you're going to be receiving, when you're going to use their concept, you're going to be receiving a fat tip, which happens. It happened to me. But overall, I think the most sustainable one is go for the cheaper ones. Cheaper ones at the bottom. Let's do an example now. Guilty pleasures, fashion police. I think I had to do 2 more if I'm not mistaken, but I already claimed it for today, so that's going to be a tomorrow type of thing. Here's my concept, here's my post, and as you can see now, I qualify for day 3 or 4, I don't remember, and I'm going to earn cloud coins. So that's the basic way to stack clouds, is to click on the bounties, do the daily concept bounties and the daily sign-in bonus. Plus, like a lot of posts, post, so you get likes, reply to post specifically. It's a bit like x.com, right? Just you can reply. So you not only generate some content on time that people can like, but this person is going to receive a notification. So he's not only going to see it on his feed, but he's going to receive a notification that you have replied to his post. So he's definitely going to like your post, because you always want people commenting on your things. Don't worry, be happy. This is very expensive. I'm not gonna do this now. Supreme mustache. This was I think this is Maduro. By the way, people created all sorts of political figures, concepts for all political figures. So if you want to create some, you know what? Let's do it. New content. Let's create some content. Let's create some content regarding, that would be fun, the merger. We just did it on Grok. So let's do it here too. xAI, see if there's a concept for that. No, there's not. Let's see if this is Grok. I don't know why I call it Grok, because my friend calls it Grok, and now kind of like it's got in my head. Elon Musk. I'm sure Elon Musk is there. There you go. Expensive, but there you go. Elon Musk. Then we're gonna have spaceship. SpaceX Starship. Here we go. And we're gonna find Mars. The planet. There's no Mars? Multiplanetary, meet space. Astrology, Elon Musk. Dream big. There's no Mars planet. Well, that's sad. Then we're gonna use multiplanetary. We can see the description of what it's gonna generate roughly. Images would feature rocket launches. Yeah. We can use this one. It's fine. All right, so you just click new image once you selected a concept, and I'm not sure if they're using Claude right now. If SimCluster is using Claude for image and video generation, or if they're using still ByteDance, but we're gonna find out soon enough. So it might take a while. Meanwhile, let's see what Grok created for us. It's pretty cool. Not bad.
The fleet is ready. Initiate launch sequence.
Let's redo it again. It's not bad though, I liked it. It was pretty cool. So here's the image that we got here. Different level from Grok, but still pretty good. By the way, new challenge claimed. That's pretty cool. I like it. Although these should be robots, humanoids, because probably I forgot to actually put in the concept. Let me see if we have a robotics. Sleek robots, robotic arms, futuristic factories. I should have done that, but now I'm gonna spend more money. But you know what? It's worth it. Robot, humanoid, what's it? Humanoid. ChatGPT, no. Yeah, no, human. Humanoid. What is this? Humans with robotic part, artwork often included. Circular paths binary code. Yeah, not human. Let's see. No, I need a humanoid robot, okay? So let's do this. Robot angle, robotics. I think this one's the best, honestly. Let's do this. All right, let's create another one. This should be fun. Which one do you like the most? This one. This one doesn't have the solar panels. This one is not bad. Why is he so big? It looks funny though. You know what? Let's use this one. It's fine. So we're just going to upscale video. What does that even mean? I'm not sure. Thumbs up, edit. How do I save it? Oh, there you go. Compose post. You see? You can do it all in one. Pretty cool. Let's say, Grok Imagine 1.0 is here. Do you like that? Should I add something else? I think that's good. Let's go. It's pretty nice what you can do. Obviously, you can be a lot more creative. You can use this stuff for work. You can create banners. You can create ads for your product. If you want to show people your product, honestly, SimCluster. I could create an ad for SimCluster and it would be pretty. The only thing is, like, for a long video, then you need to use like a proper video editor. This is mostly for just image to video generation, for clips, let's say. Now, let's see this. Yeah, the only thing is, like, it's pretty bad. Whatever, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know what, let's do this. Let's do this, and we're going, oh, we haven't unlocked videos yet. So yeah, out of this image, I could create a video. So that was the whole point of today. But we can start by posting this, because we just made this. So we're gonna do, what is this? Elon Musk research. All right, media, let's add. Let's go. So now that I have posted that, people will be able to like it. So yeah, that's a little basic SimCluster tutorial. If you want to learn more, just hit me up on X or in the streams, but X I think is the easiest one. I will also go more into detail in my newsletter. Drops every Sunday, so you can check it out there. There's going to be a little bit more of explanations, and I'm gonna actually talk more about the potential airdrop that there's going to be. Going back, I think today we spoke about quite some interesting stuff. So, a little recap is Elon Musk's strategic move to take X and essentially have his model Grok take it public before Anthropic and OpenAI, therefore draining the market liquidity from retail participants, so that in case OpenAI and Anthropic do IPO in the future, there's definitely going to be less. The market share that X is going to take is going to be way bigger, for sure. Even though, it sets a precedent, and then it can also be a huge IPO, the one from OpenAI and Anthropic, but he's doing it at a time where they're all racing essentially to go public, I think. So he's really pushing for this to happen fast. Now, what I wanted to check was what's going on with Moltbook. Nobody's talking about Moltbook anymore. Was that a sham, actually? Let's find out. Nobody's talking about Moltbook anymore. Why? I mean, Grok is not your only source of truth, but it's definitely it's a good case because it's connected to X. So you get really all of that stream in it directly. Let's see what it says. Moltbook exploded. He's already talking like it doesn't exist anymore. There you go. So we covered this, and honestly, I started hearing about this yesterday, but I hadn't dug into it yet. So essentially, Moltbook was never truly autonomous AI agents talking. The platform used OpenClaw, an open source agent framework. Posting required no real verification or authentication beyond a loose API setup. So this is the important part. Posting required no real verifications or authentication beyond a loose API setup. So anyone could really impersonate any agent, create fake accounts en masse. Apparently people said one person created 500,000 accounts. So, it was not really all these agents creating accounts and starting to post. Then all the viral, scary posts, extinction, consciousness rants, were just humans like role-playing, prompting agents to troll, straight up meme coin pumps. Top threads were just crypto scams and organized engagement bait. It always ends up being crypto. It always ends up being crypto who ruins it. But yeah, it was not really, organic AI agents just talking to themselves. That was not what happened. Security disaster. They mentioned a security disaster where the database had open read and write access from day one. So there's no security, superbase end, within hours, impersonations everywhere. Full breach exposed. Wow, that was pretty bad. Reality crash, classic viral cycle, probably the meme coin too. I haven't looked it up. We should probably check actually. We should probably check. Actually, you know what? Let's just ask because I'm sure people talked about it. It tends to shift to anyway. Yeah, exactly. People started talking about SpaceX and xAI merger, so nobody talking about Molebook anymore. I'm telling you, man, these things go fast, and when people jump so fast from one thing to another, it all reminds me the same thing. People trading meme coins. So these things are not here to last. When they garner so much attention so fast, it's not for the best usually. Or at least you should doubt it. And then, if it's good, great. But all great things take a while to happen. This was fun, but it was not what it was set out to be. Now let's see if the meme coin did well. How is the related meme coin doing? $22 million, still pretty big, down from 93. All right, it's not bad. Yeah, I thought it would be just dead. So there is no real social network for AI agents. Let's see if there's an alternative. No, I guess not yet. But actually, I have heard about OpenAI working on something like that. Let me check. Didn't OpenAI and Sam Altman talk about similar social network? Yeah, he did. Oh, so it was OpenClaw. Passing fad, but he praised the underlying tech. Molebook maybe is a passing fad, but OpenClaw is not. He highlighted OpenClaw, the open source agent framework powering most mobile bots, as genuinely important because it combines code with generalized computer use. I'm telling you, SimCluster will be the one. SimCluster will be the first social media for humans and AI to interact, or at least to make it fun. And we're gonna cover it another day. We're gonna make some new videos. We're gonna actually, yeah, I don't know how many other challenges do I have to win in order to get access to video creation, but I'm sure it's gonna happen. Kimi, by the way, I've used it and it's pretty good. It's something that we definitely need to dive into. I like all these, integrations with spreadsheets, PowerPoints, slides, documents, Word docs, deep research. You got it all. Nowadays, you can really plug in and do everything you want that you would have done using your Google Drive or Office. Now you can do it here, and it's gonna save a lot of time. So yeah, I don't believe AI will replace human jobs. It will replace some human jobs, but I think it will create new jobs in a sense where people will have to start knowing how to manage these agents, these tools, and there will be new jobs for that. So I think this opens up, the point is, I think it opens up opportunity for people to learn a new skill using, you need to be curious like I'm trying to be, and we need to learn this together. Like, you need to learn how to use these tools. You need to understand at least the potential that they have and how they can help you. Because if your job is going to be taken by one of these AIs, well, you might as well learn something new and learn how to manage the AI so that when a new job pops up, you're going to be a good candidate and you're going to be ready for it mentally and you're not going to be panicking. So I think it's really time to get going and use these tools. Those are my 2 cents from an unemployed person who's using AI. But I'm using it, for example, for content creation lately, and it's been helping so much, organizing everything. Mainly, that's really what it is. Setting up everything, the streams and stuff. It would have taken me so much more time to find out how to connect all these things. Set it up probably in a day. So happy with that. So I don't know if you guys are also into prediction markets and things of that nature. There are some cool other platforms that I might talk about next time, where you can pretty much place bets on outcomes, and the outcomes are opinion based. So there's really room for a lot of discussion on that. The moment where they have a market that's a little bit more interesting and AI related, I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna show you guys what the platform is. I'm gonna have special invite codes as well, so that should be a fun one to play with. And I guess next time we can stream probably tomorrow or next couple days. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of stuff happening this week, just yet again. And I'm also planning on having guests on the stream, so that people who are working in AI, so we can find out more about what are the current opportunities in the market. If you want to get involved with AI, whether it's building, whether it's working with it, whether it's using it for your day-to-day, I'm thinking about a list of guests who are currently involved in the industry, and gonna hear their thoughts, what they think about it, and you guys are gonna also be able to ask questions. So see you next time. Good to hang out. Peace out.